Hi, thank you for calling Pizza Hut. Is this for delivery or carry-out?
Oh, I actually just had a more general question. Do you still have the Triple Deckeroni Pizza?
Which one?
The Triple Deckeroni. It was a triple decker pizza with 90 pepperoni pieces inside of it.
No, we don't have that anymore. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's totally fine. I guess I'll just have to make it myself.
Okay.
Trevor, do you remember Pizza Hut's Triple Deckeroni Pizza?
When did it come out?
It came out in 1997. What were you doing then?
I was dead.
What do you mean you were dead?
I wasn't alive.
You're implying it before you're born. You're technically dead.
Yeah, because you're not alive, so you're dead.
All right, so in 1996, Pizza... So Pizza Hut's Triple Decker menu came out in 1996, but the Triple Deckeroni Pizza didn't come out until 1997, and then in 2000 they tried to rebrand the Triple Deckeroni into the Insider Pizza, because technically it was a pizza inside of a pizza, and then it officially left stores in 2002, and not to be confused with the much later Triple Treat Box. Are you following all this, Trevor?
No, yeah, I got it all up in the brain.
So it was a bottom layer of just the normal thin crust. And then there was cheese and exactly 90 pepperoni pieces.
What is a pepperoni piece?
We'll get to that later because I got some words to say about the pepperoni pieces.
Okay.
And then there was another pizza crust on top of it that had cheese, sauce, and pepperoni, like a pizza. So it was like one unfinished pizza underneath a finished pizza.
How's it a triple decker?
There's technically only 2 deckers to the triple decker, which is maybe why it went out of stores in 2000. I think they maybe got a bunch of lawsuits. I might have filed a class action when I was 6 years old. Trevor, we've gone and sourced the pepperoni and the cheese from Pizza Hut, but we have to make the sauce and the crust ourselves. But we have to recreate their old sauce because they've introduced a new sauce that has quote unquote more taste. But no, I want the less taste sauce. I want to bring our palates back to 1996 when you were dead and I was a 4-year-old child.
Wow, I'm excited.
Let's bring the Triple Deckeroni back from the past. 3 layers, 90 pieces of pepperoni, 1 hellacious taste. You only get that pun if you watch the commercial where they have the monks that break their vow of silence to say how good the pizza is. From the past. Trevor, today I'm gonna teach you how to make pizza dough.
Yes, sensei.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna measure out my flour very carefully.
Okay.
And then we got our yeast and we have some warm water here. The water is approximately 107 degrees Fahrenheit, mind you, because yeast blooms in warm water. And so I'm gonna stir the yeast into that. And sometimes I like to add sugar directly to the yeast because yeast eats sugar and then it poos air.
I wish you were kidding, but that's literally how it works.
That's how it works. I know what I'm talking about. So we're gonna take about 2 tablespoons of sugar.
2 tablespoons.
2 tablespoons of sugar. That's kind of sweet for a pizza dough, but Pizza Hut dough, right, it's always pretty processed and very sweet. So when you add more sugar to a yeasted dough, you're likely going to get more rise because it's literally giving the yeast more poo fodder.
Food, yeah.
We're gonna do a little pinch of salt in there. All right, so we're just gonna stir this together, and then we're gonna let that yeast bloom. I'm gonna pour a bunch of oil in there because Pizza Hut dough, all of it is just filled with oil. Trevor, when they were teaching you how to stuff pizzas inside of other pizzas in culinary school, were there any special steps that they told you to take?
No, usually just that you generally wanted to keep the pizza crust a little bit thinner than you normally would so that you don't get like such a huge lump of crust around the edge, because you do have 2 crusts on top of each other, so.
So we need to divide this eventually into 2 pizzas because there were 2 deckers to the triple decker.
Wait a minute, that's why it's the triple decker. It's because you have 1 decker and then the second decker, and 1 + 2 is 3. So
Is that what it is?
That makes it 3 decks.
Is that like a Fibonacci sequence? To be clear, it's a double-decker pizza. Right, I feel like I'm insane for explaining all this. That was a double-decker pizza. They marked it as triple-decker.
You have a first deck and a second deck, and 1 + 2 = 3.
All right, I'm just gonna knead it out a little bit. What's your favorite thing to eat at Pizza Hut?
I don't go to Pizza Hut, but if I had to go to Pizza Hut, I'd probably get a pizza. See, I think the reason that I probably didn't eat at Pizza Hut as a kid is because in Idaho, we had a place called Idaho Pizza Company, which was like Pizza Hut, but it was like good. Can you talk? You make me really uncomfortable when you look at me like that.
I'm blanking out, man. If I had a nickel for every time someone said I made them uncomfortable, I'd have 95 cents. All right, you want to spray it? Okay, the bowl's sprayed down.
Yeah, it's sprayed.
We're just gonna get the pizza dough in there. It's gonna rise, it's gonna turn to dough, and then we're gonna roll it out, and we're gonna stuff it, and we're gonna sauce it, and we're gonna cheese it, and we're gonna get how much decks on there? 2 or 3, it's still unclear, but we're gonna put more deckers on this pizza. Trevor, now we have to make the sauce. This is how all the major pizza chains make their sauce. It's literally just tomato paste that's reconstituted with water. So that's what we're gonna do.
Josh,
we're
are you-
literally just gonna take tomato paste and just keep spooning it in, and then we're gonna dump about a tablespoon of sugar in there. That's the correct ratio. Have you ever just tasted like pizza sauce?
That is not a tablespoon.
Go to little. Oh, I know.
Stop
Yeah, yeah.
lying to the people.
Probably about a quarter cup of sugar in there. We're gonna take some oregano, because that's one of those flavors that you just like associate with pizza. Like, smell that?
It just smells like tomato.
Yes,
Tomato paste.
exactly. And we're just gonna take a little bit of dehydrated garlic in there.
Okay.
And now we're just gonna whisk it up and we're just gonna let it cook for a little bit. But if you smell that, like that smells like school cafeteria pizza,
Yeah, I know.
which is what fast food pizza
No.
is basically.
And I totally get what you're saying. Like, if you take a bite of a pizza, it's almost like a congealed, like it's not a sauce, it's
Yeah.
like a paste.
Exactly. Taste the sauce. Look how pasty that is. It hardly falls off the spoon.
Oh, it's just thick tomato soup.
Dump a bunch of salt in there.
Oh. not a
Again,
good
this
pizza
is the
sauce.
less inspired, less tomato, less sauce of the swinging 90s. People didn't want tomato back then.
It's not a good sauce.
But it's Pizza Hut sauce. I'm satisfied with that.
I'm satisfied with what we've created, not with how it tastes in my mouth.
But you never tasted this. You were dead when this was going on.
It's going everywhere.
It's doing fine. Oh, some scalded me. We gotta roll out this pizza dough.
Okay.
So pizza dough is been rested, and we actually punch it down, got it through a second proof. So we're just gonna cut this in half.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Uh-oh, wait, no, we just gotta shave it that way now.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
No, it's perfect.
That's fine, right?
Nice cut.
Thanks, man. I'm not very good at this sometimes.
It's okay.
Now we're just gonna roll it into a ball, because we want it to be a perfect circle, right? Many pizzas are circle, in fact.
Yes, most.
Yes.
Some, for sure.
All right, so Trevor, this is called booling your dough. So what you're gonna do is you wanna run your hands down and under, and you're gonna create a little, what we call a dough nipple at the bottom. Yes, just like that. Well, I was doing it a little bit better. I was thinking if Mythical doesn't work out, I'd just, go like teach at a culinary school or something.
Oh, really? Yeah, what would you
Yeah.
teach?
Well, I could teach much. I could do a seminar on Red Bull reductions. I could teach a kind of like a master's class on
yeah.
Doritos and their use in modern gastronomy.
No.
There's really a lot of.
I've heard a lot of culinary schools are looking for that, Yeah.
Most culinary schools, I believe, actually went bankrupt recently.
yeah.
The Cordon Bleu Academy, they're bankrupt.
Yeah.
Scam for-profit colleges. Trevor, when's the first time you went to Pizza Hut?
I was 7 years old, and I was coming back from a kids' soccer game, and I had gotten a participation medal for being terrible at soccer because I don't know how to play soccer. But it was a good time, and the pizza was pretty mediocre.
Man, the first time I went to Pizza Hut, I was 8 years old, and Pokemon the movie had just come out. We waited in stop it, I'm telling a story. We waited in line for like 2 hours because they're giving out these like special edition Mewtwo cards, right?
Yeah.
And I remember I was like, Pizza Hut also has a Pokemon promotion going. Mom, can we please go to Pizza Hut? And she was like, we have food at home.
Yeah.
And I was like, look, I'm sick of the Red Baron French bread pizza. Could we please go to Pizza Hut? They have a special Pokemon thing. And then we went there, and they did not have the Pokemon promotion still going on. It ended one day before. And I
Wow.
cried and I cried.
That is so sad.
Yeah, I made
Is that a real
No,
story?
I made all that up.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't remember the first time I went to Pizza Hut. So what you want to do in pizza is you're gonna take a little bit to prevent your pizza from sticking. You're gonna sprinkle a little bit of semolina flour. You're gonna take all your dough and you're just gonna drape it all along the circular pizza thing. And you'll notice that when you roll dough out, it doesn't end up being a perfect circle. But what you can do, you're gonna take a knife and you're just gonna trace it around the edge of the pan to make a circle. All right, well, we got our two doughs made, more or less.
yeah.
Now all we gotta do is throw the toppings on here and get it baked, and then we have a perfect Pizza Hut Triple Deckeroni Pizza. Trevor, it's time to build the dang thing. So we got the two dough flaps there. You wanna peel one flap back.
Yeah, let me just-
Meanwhile, I have to count out 23 pepperonis. Ask me why.
Why do you have to count out 23 pepperonis?
Because in the Triple Deckeroni commercials, they specify that there are exactly 90 pepperoni pieces in the pizza. But if you slow down the camera when they reveal it, you'll notice that this looks like a pepperoni piece.
Yeah.
Not to Pizza, to Pizza Hut.
They cut them in four.
This is a pepperoni piece.
This is a pizza built on lies.
It's a hut built on lies. We got 23 ronis, and I'm just gonna cut this stack.
You're really cutting up all the pepperoni.
Yeah, dude, this is what Pizza Hut did. I'm gonna do it. All right, we're gonna take our 90 pepperoni pieces and just try and
What? You're not gonna place them with intention? Don't you
trying
care
to-
about this pizza, Josh?
I'm trying to invoke none pizza left beef vibes, where it's just kind of scattered.
Decker,
All right,
Decker one Decker.
Well, we only got 89 pieces. I found the 90th.
Okay. Didn't we eat two? Or was it the spare two from the
That was
half?
two, because 22 and a half times 4 is 90.
Yeah. Okay, I
So
get it.
23 would have been 92. We
Yeah.
ate 2.
We ate 2, so it's 92
I ate the
minus
24th
2.
pepperoni slice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're gonna take our top layer of dough. I think we should just kind of like tuck and roll this underneath to create the crust.
Do a little tuck and roll action.
Trevor, when's the last time you went to Pizza Hut?
Last time I went to Pizza Hut was when I was in the 12th grade and I had just broken up with my girlfriend and
my gosh,
she
sorry.
told me that I wasn't enough and I thought, well, I'm gonna go drown my sorrows in pizza and salad bar.
That's really a beautiful way to show that fast food, I mean, it brings people together. Like it's one of those things where, you know, it's always been there for us and we kind of take it for granted, but
Yeah, for sure.
I broke up with my high school girlfriend in the Yogurtland parking lot, and my final words to her. This is absolutely true. This is dead true. I didn't know how to do it, and so I was just like, "Hey, can we meet?" And I wanted a neutral location, right? And so I was just like, "Want to meet in the Yogurtland parking lot?" And we did it, and she wasn't happy. And my final words to her that I ever spoke to her were, "Well, I'm gonna get some Yogurtland." Video not sponsored by Yogurtland. Okay, so we're gonna take our dough docker. Well, hold on. Should we cut a hole in the middle?
Do you mean just like a straight up cut? Like so it's like a donut?
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
Because in the commercials, they show a hole in the middle, but I can't tell if it was a food stylist wanting to represent what was inside the pizza or if it was a way to prevent steam from happening. Because what happens if you bake it like this, it's gonna puff up like a calzone. We have the dough docker, but I don't know if the dough docker is gonna be strong enough.
I thought you meant just take a stamp right out of it and make a pizza donut. But yeah, you can cut a circle out. Go ahead. You do you, boss.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yeah, just hold it.
Tamp it.
Wait.
I don't like how close this knife is to my fingers.
Trevor, don't speak. All right.
Well
Should we
done.
dock it too?
Why not?
Yeah, we're here. Give it some nice little dock marks.
Yeah.
All right, we're just gonna spit. Look how pasty this sauce is. Though. This is a dead ringer for Pizza Hut sauce. I don't care what you say. This is good. That's a nice even sauce layer.
You know something's not good when Josh goes, He's like, it's good.
That's actually a good amount of cheese. Thank you.
Just cover up all
Yeah.
the sauce.
All right, now we got our Ronies. One last step, we're just gonna brush the crust down with oil. So all we're gonna do is we're gonna bake this at 450 degrees for about 15 minutes, and then your triple deckeroni pizza will be
Still non-existent because it's not a triple decker.
Trevor, we officially brought the triple deckeroni pizza back from the past.
Yes, we have.
We've also brought back from the past. It's the special triple deckeroni box. It's only one decker.
We gotta get the pizza into the box and then take the pizza out of the box so we can eat it.
No touching. Look at that.
Look at her.
All right, I'm just gonna.
I wanna know what the inside of this looks like.
There is, as soon as I cut into the middle, all the pepperoni and cheese grease exploded out like a gusher. Yeah, it looks like a pizza, huh?
It looks like a thick pizza. You
look, I
can
mean-
you can see the layer of dough. Like you can see that the other layer of dough and then underneath a small layer of cheese and pepperoni. But it does look like a pizza.
It's a little less impressive than I want it to be, but I'm still excited about it.
I am too.
We're gonna eat it along with our ice cold Diet Pepsis.
Heck yeah, we are.
Huh.
This is pizza.
I mean, it's a pizza. You know? I'll tell you what we did a good job of. We did a really great job of mimicking Pizza Hut pizza.
It's just like, it's a very chewy dough. The sauce is very gummy and it doesn't have a lot of flavor.
We traveled all the way back to 1997 for better or worse. Not everything was better in the 90s. Tamagotchi's like super lame compared to, I don't know, like Fortnite and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like not everything, sometimes nostalgia
Yeah.
is a little nostalgic. I think I'm learning that when I eat a normal pizza, I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
Yeah.
I'm not eating a normal pizza and being like, boy, I wish there was more cheese and pepperonis a centimeter underneath the crust and also a centimeter above another crust, creating two distinct decks and not three. I've never thought that while eating pizza. All I'm
Never.
thinking when I'm eating a pizza is like, wow, this is a very enjoyable experience.
Yeah. That's what's kind of sad is we put a lot of work into this and now it's just kind of a very average pizza.
How many normal pizzas could we have made in the time that it took us to make this one triple decker pizza?
A lot, yeah.
That said, I think we learned a lot about ourselves and how we need to learn to accept that sometimes things should stay in the past.
Yeah.
Just like our regrets, some things should stay in the past.
It's deep.
If you disagree with me and Trevor and you think Pizza Hut should bring this back from the past, tweet at Pizza Hut using #pastfood. And thank you for joining us in Mythical Kitchen. We got new recipe videos every week.
And don't forget to check out A Hot Dog is a Sandwich every Wednesday wherever you get your podcasts.
And as always, hit us up on Instagram at Mythical Kitchen with pictures of your mythical dishes. Thanks for stopping by and stay frosty, all you cuddle kings and queens. I'm trying a new thing. It's that. It's the thing you just heard, the nonsense words. You can cook up your own feast while wearing the Mythical Kitchen apron, available now at mythical.com.